So I think that's the main thing that confuses me.
All right, gotcha. I'll just break that down.
All
All
right.
right, so you want me to break down, you said you do gold and what?
Gold, Nas 100 and S&P 500.
Let me look at NAS 100. What's your main one?
Gold. Gold is the main one that is like that confuses me as far as like the direction.
All right, so can you see my screen?
Yeah.
All right. You see how the market's going straight down? You don't have to really do the lower low, lower high, lower low,
Yeah.
lower high, lower low, but you understand it's just going straight down. So we should only be looking at sales.
Yeah.
All right, let's go down to the 4 hour. We're going to take this trend line off that we did on the daily, and we're going to look at that same thing on the 4 hour. We can draw this trend line from the top down to the bottom, and we can understand we're still in sales.
Hmm.
And if you don't want to see it that way, we can go off these boxes, and you can see prices getting lower and lower and lower.
Okay.
So you understand that on those sales. So let's take this off. We're on the 4 hour. Let's go down to the 30 minute. I'm going to zoom in so we can see everything, and we still have that same sales structure that we have going on. So we're going to take that off, and then as you see, we're getting lower. Oh, hold on. Lower and lower. And this part of it was today. So you're really just waiting on a specific entry for sales. So as you know, we do everything with the whole numbers. Let me clean this off. Take these to 0, 0, 0. And you could take your sales there. Or if you missed that entry, you're just going to come over here, take all this out, because everything's a whole number. You could take your sale there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so how you do the whole number? So I only used like just say it was 4,500, 45, 25, 45, 50, 45, 75. So I wouldn't use like the I guess 45, 200.
Yeah, the only reason with that about gold's the only one that makes a difference because you can only go up so high and down so
Yeah.
low with gold. It's only at I think 4,000 and 5,000, right? That's
Yeah.
the let me see. Yeah, so between here and up here is all you got to work with.
Right. Okay.
So you can't really get too nitty gritty with the whole numbers like that. With
Okay.
gold, I usually just go off these first two. That's before this period, the point.
Okay.
So because with gold, is gold's been buying forever. So
Yep.
we're in different times. You could have bought anytime you've been alive, you could have just bought gold and just held it. So now we're in weird different times to where now gold is doing this range, which it's never done ever. So it's more of a waiting game, and we see that if you want to take a trade, I would do it for these sales that you see
So
going on.
okay.
Did
Yeah,
all
because
this
I'm
still
pretty
make
good
sense?
with like the entry. Once I know the direction and I'm confident in the direction, I
Mm-hmm.
pretty much know like I'm good on the entry point, but it's just sometimes just getting the direction straight on which
Mm-hmm.
way the market is going.
Yeah, just go from your daily, start
Yeah.
from your daily 4 hour, 30 minutes.
Okay.
And if you wanted to take a trade literally just before we even like a few hours ago or anything, hold on, where'd it go? 52. So you said what you do 55?
Or I would do yeah, I would do 50, but
So you just do the same thing right here, and you just be in your trade right here. And with gold, I know you make big profits, so I know this
yeah.
is you made money.
Yeah. Okay. Cause I guess like on gold, what was confusing me is I know it was in buys for so long, so I would typically start like the trend coming from the bottom, but I would still try to, I guess, think it was going up since it was going up for so long, but
Hmm.
obviously it's going down.
Hmm. Yeah, you got to go with what, not what you think, with what the market's actually doing. A lot
Yeah.
of people always go off of what they think. You'd be surprised how many times I say that when people say, "Well, I put this here, so it should have did this," and it's like, "Well, who? Dang, you the boss of the markets?" Like it's more of
Right,
a
right.
reaction thing. It's not like nobody can say, "Hey, this is what's going to happen on the market," and it's just supposed to happen. We would
Yeah.
all be billionaires. So it's more of a reaction. You have an edge because you broke down daily, 4 hour, 30 minutes, and you saw the sales, the lower lows, the lower highs, markets getting lower and lower, prices getting weaker and weaker. So you took your sales at a resistance area that price didn't want to go back up. That's your edge.
Okay. So when the pullback comes, I noticed like sometimes on the third pullback,
Hmm.
that's kind of when it'll break through the either support or resistance line.
There's I've been doing this 8 years. There's not a specific, there's no,
Okay.
if it bounces a million times or it bounces one time, the market will choose when it's gonna break through or it's gonna bounce
Okay.
back off and keep going. There's no nobody will ever be able to say, oh, if it does it 3 times, that's the number. Like who's the guy? Point them out. If it does it 10 times, that's the number. So
Okay.
don't ever think if it can look, this can just shoot off and break off at any time. But
Right.
since we obviously are understanding the data and seeing how history is going and it's going down into sales, that's why we're selling. If the market just started to just take off into buys, we have to adjust to start looking for buys.
All right. Okay. All right. And you said on gold is the only one that you pretty much will do like just the whole number. So as far as like Nas and
Everything I do the whole numbers on, but with gold is the only one that it gets weird because
okay.
you can only go between 4,000 and 5,000. So we can't work with 100, 200, 300 because that'll
Right.
take up all the whole price of what it's even doing right here. So we have to go with the smaller numbers in the hundreds versus the whole 100, 200, 300.
Okay. And you said that's just on gold because it moves
Yeah,
like
because strictly off of, if you put this at a weekly, this is the strictly reason. Look,
uh,
this has just been buying since 2023, all the way since 2025. I'm looking at this bottom, 2007, 2001. We just been buying. We just been buying.
okay.
So there's no reason this is out the blue just ranging right now. So that's the only reason, because it's just ranging and gold ain't been ranging since gold been gold.
Okay.
What else, man?
Can you do a breakdown on Nas just
For
so I
sure.
can see how you do it? So I didn't put in the trades yesterday on Nas, but if I did, I would have won like three different trades because I started out at like the whole number,
Hmm.
got in at the perfect time on that, let it go to take profit, and then drew my pullback line. I think it was like at the 25%, came back down, hit it to the T, went up. Past the 50, came back down, hit the 50, and then it kept going up. So Nas was like a perfect trade for me if I would have hopped in yesterday, but I didn't do it.
Oh, for sure, man. Me looking at this, you already know how I'm gonna break it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like like this one's a no-brainer. We ain't got to do no higher highs, higher lows. Like we're gonna go into the 4 hour. We already, dang, I should have been in NAS. I didn't look at NAS. I don't look at NAS. So, I got this whole number thing from NAS. I used to trade
Oh,
NAS for years,
okay.
but brokers started being funny with indices, and like they'll like cut indices off to where you can trade them or can't trade them, and you would only be able to trade like forex pairs. So I
Okay.
got tired of that, and that's why I switched over to forex pairs, because I was like, nobody's gonna mess with the forex pairs. But with indices and gold, every time high news happens, every broker always got a random, we got a maintenance issue going on, or
Hmm.
something gets cut off, or and all that stuff. So that's why I just wanted to do forex.
Okay.
Yeah, we understand the buys here. We still never broke structure here. So
Yeah.
we just got a little system going on there. Go to our 30 minutes. We still got these buys. And you know, even if it's a reversal, I would never tell people to really do this. But you could have easily, if you would have just guessed and it was like it's gonna sell at some point and you just guessed straight on this 300, because I don't want people gambling,
Yeah.
you would have just easily just sunk it with no drawdown. And this is why I do whole numbers, because if anybody said, well, how would you know where to do it at? Well, shoot, price. The bank wanted to sell at 300, so I'm selling with them.
Mhm.
But that would have been a guess. That would have been a straight guess if we would have caught it right there.
Right, right.
But since we don't guess, we just go straight off the buys.
But okay.
Here's my box. There we go. So 30 minutes. So this is today. Obviously, it just came to touch this 300 and just drop. Um, to be honest with you, nobody would have knew this drop was coming. Can we do this? So if you're in these buys and it just would have reversed on you,
Yeah.
yeah, I wouldn't have known though that sale would have came, to be
Right.
honest. I mean, who would? But that's how I would have broke it down. If you look for the whole number, just come over here. Oh, it'll be just straight 30. Oh, where'd he go? Right there. You could take this away, bring this up, took your buy like that. But if you would have just randomly just took a guess and took a sale right there, it would have been nice.
Okay.
But do you understand how that works?
Yeah, no, I got that. Like I said, I'm good on getting in when I know when I'm 100% confident in which way the market's going. But when I'm kind of guessing myself, those are the trades that I kind of don't take, but I'll draw it up on my trading view and just see how it plays out. But
Mm-hmm.
gold was just giving me like a hard time lately because, like you said, it's been buying forever. But now that it's pulling back, I've been used to it buying so long that I was thinking it was still buying, but
Mm-hmm.
it's how you showed it because like on a daily sometimes I'll look at some charts and it'll show like I think it'll show like a higher high, higher low, but like it'll show like a downtrend, but the overall trend will be up. So that's how I get faked out sometimes.
What is it showing a downtrend on it? You said the daily. So is it downtrend on 4 hour and 30 minutes?
Yeah, so like no, and that's kind of what'll confuse me too, because sometimes the daily will look like it's a downtrend, but the 4 hour will look like it's going up.
So you gotta wait until the 4 hour starts looking like a downtrend like the daily.
Okay, so just wait. All right, that's where I'm messing up at then, because I'll hop in a little too soon.
Well, yeah, if you hop in an uptrend on a 4 hour, but a downtrend on a daily, then the market's gonna go up in buys because the daily is going up. The four
Okay.
hour is in a small downtrend retracement. So you're just gonna get in on a retracement and it's gonna turn around on you and go up.
Okay. Well, that's why I get faked out at. So that explains it then, because I just need to wait till the 4 hours trending the same way as the hour.
Correct. It
Okay.
has to, or else you're just jumping in traffic and you're gonna get hit every time. Every time.
Okay.
It has to be daily going up, 4 hour going up, 30-minute going up, just like we just did on here.
Yeah.
They all have to go up.
Okay. Yeah, man, that's what my issue was. So I think that's what I'll have to start doing on gold. But now that when you break it down, obviously it looks a little easier when you break it down. But um, now that I can see the overall trend of how gold is going and the way
Hmm.
you did it, I feel like and especially now since I'll wait on the 4 hour because I think I was just hopping in too soon. I think that's
Hmm.
literally what my issue was because gold is like the only pair that I struggle on. Every other pair is I'm pretty decent on.
So, how about you make money with the pairs that you're decent on instead of going the hard route? and just master the easy
Uh,
ones that you're saying you're decent on. Why
Okay.
why work harder?
Yeah, no, I get that, but I've been like gold is the thing that I started out on, like when I
Yeah.
first started trading out on. So I kind of wanted to stick with it, but I still practice on gold the most. But as far as like the other pairs, me practicing on gold, it just makes when I go to the other pairs a little bit easier. So I still kind of try to stick with gold, but I don't always trade on gold. I'll just draw it up on the chart just to see how it goes. But I'll put in a trade every now and then. But like I said, gold is the one that kind of confuses me the most. So I'll practice on gold. I'll take a few trades, but I mainly stick to like Nas and I just been messing around with the S&P 500 recently, but been doing pretty good on that one too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, if you want just the consistency part of it, try to stick with only one.
okay,
If you want to do two, I'm be honest with you, man, nobody makes it with a bunch of different
trading
pairs.
pairs.
Yeah, you won't make it. 100%. You 100% won't because you're looking at too many markets. And if one market over here is buying, one market over here is selling, you got too much action going on where it's real live money to where your emotions and anxiety will go way up because you're looking at two different things. And you
Yeah,
don't really once you do it starting to do that, it'll jumble all together and you'll start losing. Nobody's successful trying to do a bunch of everybody that I know is successful has like one pair, maybe two, but one pair that they just mastered.
okay.
Like mine is GJ.
Georgia GJ. Okay. I might just stick to Nas then, because like I said, that's the pair I'm like that's the pair I'm real good on. So
Then yeah, run it up with Nas. Why worry about a different currency that's not treating you well? Stick with
yeah,
who's treating you well.
okay. All right. So can you since I'll probably stick with Nas then, can you try breaking down do you ever back test or retest or anything like that?
No.
You
Then we
don't
we just broke down Nas.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say could you break it down like I was gonna say if you retest, could you like kind of break it down as far as like going back a little bit and trying breaking it down so I can
Like I don't really replay. You talking about
okay.
just do that and just
Yeah, yep.
press play and just show
Yeah.
you that it hits the whole number and just goes up in
That's
the
kind
fives.
Yeah, that's kind of how I like practice on gold right there. That's exactly how I practice and do it on gold right there.
You can, but I mean, anything that happened in the past, you can't make no money on the past. So that's why I don't back test because I
Okay.
just wait for future. I can only make money in the future. I can't make money in the past. It's already
Oh.
gone. So
So for instance, on this one right here, since it already broke that, what is that support? Would you still take another buy right there? Or starting to form at this whole number?
right here,
Yeah.
let me see, what is that? 800. Let me see. Like this. And we would just have
Yep.
to wait and see if where's the so we would wait to have to see if it bounces from right, keeps holding this support and
Mm-hmm.
takes off in the buys, or is it gonna come up right here where it broke this support? This is gonna be resistance and drop down below. We would just have to see how it plays out.
Okay. So you would just wait until either you'll just wait until the candles form and then either break out of the support or resistance and then that's when you would hop in on that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's I just gotta get a little bit better on being patient too. Cause I'll just hop in when like if I seen that right there, I would feel like that's enough candles for me to hop into a buy. But
It can be one or like you could look over here, like oh this replay part that you were talking. I mean, if it's over here, you can see that this one is bounced one, two,
yeah,
3, 4, 5, 6. There's not a specific number that you say, hey, if it bounced this one time, if it's whether it's right here or right here, if it bounces 6 times, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
but I have to wait for it to be at this specific whole number so I could be at the bottom. So if it does decide to do all this, at least I'm at 800 and not at, 887 where I'm in some crazy whatever.
Mm-hmm. So you wait until it actually touches the whole number, or like,
Yes.
because sometimes it might not touch the whole number and then it might go up or it might go down.
If
You
it goes
actually
if it
touch it
goes
all.
down, if it goes down and you were in buys, then it was a losing trade.
Yeah, but like sometimes I'll set my alarm, and as far as like the retracement, it won't come all the way back to the whole number.
Mm-hmm.
It'll go up. So when
Mm-hmm.
you set your alarm for the retracement, do you actually like set it at the whole number? Or do you put it a little bit above? So then once it comes hit your alarm, you can have enough time to open up your laptop, your phone, or whatever, and then hop into the trade.
Oh, you just let your trade. So you just place a trade and you like leave your like just leave the computer all the time?
When it comes back to my alarm,
Okay, now I see. I get it. The old alarm trade.
yeah.
So I'm just here by myself. So when I trade, if my kids aren't with me, I'm on my charts, man. I even post on my story. So I'm not like walking, I didn't walk away or leave somewhere. So I don't look for an alarm. I'm like, I'm on the
Okay.
charts. You know what I mean? I'm on them right here with you on these charts. If I have to, I don't always do the alarm thing. I used to. That only depends if I have to take my kids to school in the morning
Okay.
and I have to leave the charts and I'm in a trade. Yeah, I can do that. I'm cool because I take my trades on the 30 minutes. So I know nothing's gonna pop off crazy for 30 minutes, but if it does, that's why stop losses are in place. And yeah, I'll put an alarm just to know like, hey, am I in drawdown? But other than that, I don't use alarms really, to be honest with you.
Okay. Yeah, that's typically how I hop in. I'll wait till it pull back and hit my alarm. A lot of them, most of the time it does, but there's just a few times that price will retrace. It won't come all the way. It'll miss it by like a pip or two pips, and then it'll go my direction. So
So
I've
why
missed a
not
few trades
enter?
that way too.
Why not enter? Just because it didn't touch?
No, just because I missed it, like it never hit my alarm, so I
Yeah.
never opened the chart back up to see where it was because I was never notified.
All right. So if you miss this spot right here and you're saying, well, what if it doesn't come all the way down? All right, cool. It didn't come all the way down, but where did it come all the way down to? All right, we're just gonna draw a
It-
line at the next whole number at 750. Okay, boom. It's doing it at 750. All right, well, it took off. This must be some type of support right here. If it didn't come all the way down, does that mean we have a new support? Well, then shoot, we got one, two, three. I'm gonna take off on this buy on this third one, to be honest.
Okay. And typically 100 pips, you said, is a good amount of pips to take.
Yeah, for NAS 100. But
Okay.
man, you can make crazy money with just 50 pips. I was making crazy
Yeah.
money with 50 pips. You just got to up the lot size. You don't have to be in it for 100 pips. It's
Right.
just then you're putting small lot sizes if you need to wait 100 pips. But if you put a bigger lot size and all you need is just to move up 50 pips,
Sorry.
you good. What else, man?
No, that was just it. I just wanted to go over a few things, but that's kind of what it just to make sure I'm doing things right. And like I said, I just wanted to ask a few questions about gold. But as far as like Nas, I feel pretty confident on this one, and I've been uh making enough profit or pretty good profit off just winning these. So
Okay. So everything's been working. You've been seeing a lot more progress.
yeah, for sure. Definitely the uptrend thing. Like I said, the other pairs is easy for me to read, so I could read the uptrend, and then when it comes back to the retracement, I'm good on getting in and stuff. It just, like I said, I just wanted to ask a few questions about gold, but as like you said, it's best to stick with the pairs that I'm doing good on and
Hmm.
not try to like force anything. So
Yeah, for sure, man. Just keep me updated and keep me updated, man.
okay, I will. Thank you as
All right.
well.
Enjoy your day, man.
All right, you too.